December wrap-up. Are we ready? Welcome to my channel, my darlings, where I talk about books and bookish things. I've just done my end of year, well, earlier on this morning, and then I read a book that really should have been in it. But anyway, that's what happens, isn't it? But we'll come to it in a minute. I'm going to start with the Kindle books. I read 16 books in December, which is quite low for me, but I was having the whole bathroom refitted and it was a bit chaotic. So I was also very busy at work. So 16, not bad. Starting with the Kindle books. The one that is in my end of year wrap-up, Butterscotch by Asia Brito Guerrero. Absolutely brilliant. Revenge novella. It's just exceptional. I can't tell you anything without spoiling it, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's got an incredible twist at the end. It's absolutely worth reading. Absolutely brilliant. A Christmas Carol by Michael D.A. Clarke. This is a comedy horror, which is quite unusual. But he's actually quite good at them. I read one of his earlier in the year called Devil's Replacement. That was also a comedy horror set, obviously, in hell. This is a modern retelling of A Christmas Carol. It's very gory. It's quite brutally sarcastic. It's incredibly funny. Absolutely loved it. This is available on KU if you fancy giving it a go. Alice by Shani Struthers. I love Shani's books. The Psychic Surveys are one of my favourite collections of series she does. And every year she writes a ghost story. And this is another one about an old lady in a nursing home and the girl who's looking after her. And she finds out what happened to her when she was a child. It's a very moving, poignant, creepy ghost story. Excellent. The Black Cat Bookshop by Ian McConnell. I read 72 Hours by Ian McConnell, which is a very short, almost a novelette, I think, under 100 pages, set in an asylum, which was fantastic. This is about a bookshop that suddenly appears and gives people the books that they need. But in return, they have to pay back. And the bookshop is hungry, filled with ancient evil. It's a great horror set in a bookshop about books. What isn't there to love? Loved it. Before Your Memory Fades by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is the third one in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold books. It's translated from the Japanese and it's about a coffee shop where if you sit in a certain chair, you can go back into the past or actually into the future. This is set in a sister coffee shop to the main one in Tokyo. And it's just really comfy, gentle, nice reading. It doesn't require any effort. It's gorgeous. Nightmares from the Grey by Joey Powell. This is about a lad who finds out that he has a power that makes him indestructible, pretty much. And he discovers this whole magical community. This very, very dark part of it is very dark. And the other part is, doesn't interact. It plays like a Dungeons and Dragons adventure. It's exactly what it feels like. It's great fun. It kind of reads like a YA book in that kind of flow, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's an adult horror. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely loved it. European Halls 2 by Alan Shivers. This was an arc that Alan sent me that is out in January. It's the sequel to European Halls 1, which was set in Brussels. This one's set in Budapest. And it is as gory and gruesome as the first one, even more so perhaps. It's 90s slasher vibes. And it feels like you're reading a book that would have made a great Scream movie, right? I love it. The first book, European Halls, first one, is the Indie Horror Book Club pick for February. Great book. Both of them are on KU. A Werewolf Story by Alexandra Nisneru. This is the second book by Alexandra and or Alex, as I know her. And this is about a lad who gets bitten by a werewolf and gets pulled into werewolf society, where there's rules and regulations and some people don't like to follow them. And it's a diary. It's basically his diary and everyone around him's diary of what happens. There's some very explicit scenes in this, so please read the triggers, but absolutely brilliant book. And then I've just finished, which would have been in my, excuse my voice, would have been in my yearly wrap-up, Mean-Spirited by Nick Roberts. This is an arc. It's out in, I think it's in March or April next year. If you read Cujo or Pet Sematary and they scared you to death, this is their illegitimate child. It's just incredible. Oh, it's just incredible. I love Nick's writing. I love The Exorcist House. I love Anathema. But this is my favourite book by him. The characters in it are just so beautifully drawn. And, yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Read it, my friends, when it comes out. Now, onto the physical books. On Christmas Eve, like I do every year, I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Past, present, future ghosts, Scrooge. Everyone knows this story, right? It's a classic for a reason. Loved it. Tales Point Horror Book Club this month was Slumber Party by Christopher Pike. This was my first Christopher Pike, and I'm not even now sure I liked it or not. None of the people in it seemed to like each other, and they all went to an isolated cabin in the snow. And weird things start happening. I mean, actually, the twist was quite good, yeah. But supposedly this is not the best of his. This is him early on in his career, so I have bought a few more. But yeah, it was an interesting one this month. The YA book club with Amy McCall was You Better Watch Out by Sarah Norton. And this was about a girl who basically gets stalked. Basically, somebody keeps leaving secret Santas for every day leading up to Christmas Eve in an abandoned tower block next to where she lives. And it gets creepier and creepier as time goes on, and it's all linked to a disappearance of another girl a year ago. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it was proper seasonal. It felt kind of December-y, Christmassy, do you know what I mean? Candy Cane Kills by Brian Macaulay. I love this. This was bought for me for Christmas by my friend Amelia. I absolutely love this. This was proper slasher vibes. It's basically a small town called Nodland. It's always in small towns anyway. Why do people go small towns? I don't understand it. But anyway, it's a small town that has a legend of the candy cane. And it tells that this family died in a house fire at Christmas. But were they killed first? And this other family comes to this house to try and rescue their marriage and give their kids their perfect Christmas. Can you guess what happens, love? It's great fun. It's only a novella. It's only 160 pages, but my lord, it packs a punch. It is such a fun read. Candy Cane Kills 2 is out next year for Christmas. That'll be on my pre-orders. Earlier in the month, I read Cackle by Rachel Harrison with the Joannas over on TikTok. And this was great fun. It's a very witchy, feminist, sapphic, cozy story. I mean, there's a darkness to it. I like Rachel's writing. I love Such Sharp Teeth and Bad Dolls. There's always kind of an undercurrent of darkness to her writing, and it was the same with this, but it was cozy, and there was a very cute pet spider in it. It was good fun. Read, Repeat. No, God, I can never get this the right way around. Read, Scream, Repeat. This is curated by Jennifer Killick. It's a collection of 13, I think it's 13, tales for middle grade. Look at the cover, look at the spreads. Really pretty spreads. These are really creepy, spooky little tales for middle grade children, so under 12 really, but they were really good fun, and actually they were really, really spooky. I loved them, and I'll be sending this copy to my nephew because he'll love that. But yeah, I really enjoyed them. Easy to pick up and put down. And the final book of the month, Krampus, the Yule Lord by Brom. I love Brom. This is a second-hand copy. And it's just the illustrations are so pretty in it. It's just, you never find the illustrations when you're looking, can you? But you know what I mean? They are gorgeous. Perhaps that's not the most appropriate one, but you know what I mean? Really good story. Set at Christmas about a washed-up musician who accidentally gets caught between Krampus and Santa Claus, who is not the good guy. Santa Claus is not the good guy in this book. Oh, no. But yeah, great read. Proper Christmassy read. I was so glad I got to it. So, yeah, that's my December wrap-up. Yeah. I hope you read some fantastic books in December. I hope you got some fantastic books for Christmas. And, yeah, I'll speak to you soon, my loves. Take care. Bye.